You have always smiled too much, but no one ever noticed the reason. It wasn't lightness, it was fear of becoming a problem. You learned early that crying annoyed someone, that having feelings got in the way, that complaining made everything worse, so you became the strong child. Your smile was never joy. It was strategy. It was emotional survival, and you still use it without realizing. People praise you. They say you are light. They say you are easy to love, but no one knows the price of that. Because when you smile, it hurts. It hurts before. It hurts during. It hurts after the door closes. And the most frightening part, you have smiled so much just to keep from falling apart, that now you don't even know how to stop. But why are you still afraid to show your truth? You don't smile because you are happy. You smile because you are on alert. Your body learned to monitor the emotional weather around you, always watching who might explode, disappear, or hurt. It is silent vigilance, emotional work that no one sees. This has a name. Jung called it a complex. When a child takes on emotional roles, they never should. It is the role of emotional mediator, the peacemaker of the house, the one who prevents conflicts, the one who pays the price alone. You grew up believing that being strong was the minimum, that feeling was weakness, that asking for help was selfish, that having emotions disturbed the environment, so you kept everything inside, and you put a smile over it. And the worst part is that it worked. People got used to your strength. No one asks if you are tired. No one notices when you collapse on the inside. You became everyone's support, but you don't have support from anyone. This pattern repeats in your relationships. You attract people who need care, who want comfort, who drain your emotional energy, who think you are so mature, but never see your hidden fragility. You struggle to say no. You are afraid of disappointing people. You are terrified of being seen as selfish, so you give in. You break yourself into pieces to fit into others, and you smile to hide the pain. Your mind is constantly tired, but you say, "I'm fine." Your body hurts, but you work even more. Your heart begs for rest, but you ignore it. The truth is simple and painful. You became an adult before your time, without a choice, without guidance, without space to be cared for, without permission to be fragile. And behind your smile, there is a question no one sees. Who takes care of me? You never said it out loud, never wrote it down. But you feel it every day. Never admitted it. And now the realization hits. It's not that you like being strong. It's that you don't know how to stop. Because stopping means facing your real pain, touching the emptiness you've been pushing away since childhood. And that scares you more than any abandonment. What if I told you this behavior is not a flaw? It's a consequence. You think your smile keeps everything in place. You think that if you stop being light, everything will collapse. You think your role is to prevent chaos. You think you need to please to be loved. You think being good protects you. But that is an illusion. You are not being strong. You are being trained. Trained to accept less. Trained to hold your emotions in. Trained to solve everything alone. Trained to believe this is love. The truth is harsh. You don't smile because you want to. You smile because you are afraid. Afraid of being rejected. Afraid of annoying someone. Afraid of finding out you are not enough. You think being light prevents abandonment, but it only attracts people who don't want depth, who don't want commitment, who take advantage of your maturity, who are enchanted by the surface and never see your tired soul. Your biggest mistake, believing that being easy to love protects you, believing that being available makes you safe, believing that smiling fixes everything, believing that silence means peace, believing that no one notices your pain. You call it patience, but it is fear. You call it kindness, but it is exhaustion. You call it peace, but it is self-erasure. You think you control the situation, but it is the situation that controls you. It decides your mood. It decides your behavior. It decides your limits. And you just follow along. You believe that showing pain pushes people away, but hiding pain pushes you away from yourself. It leaves you lost. It leaves you empty. It leaves you disconnected. It leaves you invisible to yourself. The illusion is simple. You think you need to be perfect to be loved, that you need to be strong to be accepted, that you need to be smiling so you don't lose anyone. But this traps you more than it protects you. You know that. And now comes the part you never admitted. It isn't the smile that saves you. It's the smile that hurts you. It's the smile that keeps you trapped. It's the smile that blocks your healing. But what would you do if you discovered you don't need it anymore? You don't have to keep smiling to hide what you feel. If this video is shining light on places you've always avoided, it's because your soul is asking for answers. And here, you will never walk alone. Click the button now and subscribe. Every new video is one less step carrying weights that were never yours. You always thought God wanted your strength. You thought He expected your maturity. You thought you had to come before Him smiling, as if He would only accept you when you were okay. But that was never true. Never. God is not impressed by smiles. He sees what you try to hide. He sees the tremor in your breathing, the weight on your shoulders, the cry you swallow, and the silence no one hears. And when Proverbs says, "Even in laughter the heart may ache," it is not condemnation, it is revelation. God is saying, I know about your hidden pain. I know what you never told anyone. I know what your smile is trying to protect. You don't need to be strong in His presence. You don't need to pretend. You don't need to appear light. God doesn't ask for masks. He asks for truth, even when that truth shakes. You spent your life believing you had to hold everything up, but God never asked that of you. He never gave you that weight. He never demanded that early maturity. That was a burden other people put on you. And now, He wants to take it off. The revelation is simple. God is not angry at your fragility. He is calling your fragility back, calling your truth, calling your pain closer, calling you to rest. It wasn't Him who broke you. It was life. It was the roles you took on without choice. It was the silence you carried alone. It was the fear you learned to swallow. And now He wants to rebuild you. God never asked you for strength without rest, never asked you for a smile without soul, never asked you for peace without truth. He is asking you for surrender. A surrender you have never lived. A surrender that scares you, but heals, because every time you try to control everything, God says, I will take care of it. Every time you pretend you're fine, He says, I see you. Every time you endure more than you can handle, He says, I will carry you. The revelation is this: God doesn't want the strong version of yourself that you invented. He wants you exactly as you are now. Without the smile that hides you, without the weight that is killing you inside. And it is exactly here that everything begins to change. If this revelation touched you, subscribe now and write in the comments. I don't have to pretend to be strong. This is how you begin to lay down the weight that was never yours. Today you are going to do something your mind has always forbidden. You are going to stop. You are going to breathe. You are going to admit that you are tired. You are going to say the sentence you never said, I need help, even if it is only to yourself. This is the first act of healing. It is not praying harder. It is not doing more. It is stopping for the first time, letting your body feel, letting your soul speak. The second action is simple, but deep. You will choose a safe person, a person who does not drain you, a person who does not demand strength from you, and you will say only, I am not okay today. One sentence that changes destinies. The third part of this healing is spiritual. Today, you will not pray smiling. You will pray truthfully, without masks, without ready-made phrases, without the smile that hides. You will tell God what you never said. You will say that you are tired of saving the world, tired of smiling out of obligation, tired of carrying old weights, tired of seeming strong, and He will listen. When you do this, something breaks. Not you, but the pattern, the cycle that keeps you on alert, the belief that you must always be strong, that begins to die today. The fourth action is practical. You will choose one task you always do for others, and you will not do it today, not out of anger, but out of freedom. It is the gesture that teaches your mind a new truth. The fifth action is internal. You will notice when you smile to cover things up, and you will stop in that moment. You will feel the emptiness. You will let the anguish rise to the surface. You will allow the discomfort, because that is where healing is born. You have spent your whole life adapting, shaping yourself, stretching yourself, erasing yourself. Today is the first day you return to yourself, even if it still hurts. Maybe you think all of this is hard, and it is, because you have never lived like this. You have never seen yourself without armor. You have never allowed yourself to rest. But this is how you begin again. And there is one last thing that changes everything. The second strategy is physical. because your mind learned fear. But the one carrying the trauma is your body. It is the body that tightens. It is the body that freezes. It is the body that begs for rest. That is why today you will observe your body. You will notice when your chest closes, when your shoulder rises, when your stomach tightens, when your breath disappears, because that is where the pattern begins. The next action is simple. When you feel the tightness, stop. Do not keep going. Do not push through it. Do not smile over it. Just stop. Place your hand on your chest. Breathe slowly. Say in a low voice, "I don't need to be strong right now." Repeat it until your body believes it, until the tension eases, until the alert switches off. This rewires your mind. It shows your system that you are not in danger, that you are no longer the responsible child, that chaos does not depend on your smile, that the world will not collapse if you rest. This changes everything. The second part of the strategy is relational. You will practice small vulnerability, simple things, like saying, "I'm tired today," or "I need a minute." These sentences free your inner system. When you do this, two things happen. First, you remind your mind that you are not alone. Second, you give yourself permission to exist without a mask. This is healing. This is truth. This is a new beginning. The next action is spiritual and practical at the same time. Every time you feel the urge to smile to hide something, you will pray in silence. A short sentence, direct, real. God, show me the truth of this moment. This prayer breaks the illusion. It pulls you out of autopilot. It brings you into the present. It connects you to your soul. It connects you to God. It connects you to what really matters. The last part of the strategy is a commitment. You will choose one day of the week, just one day, to not be anyone's savior, not a counselor, not emotional support. On that day, you exist, you breathe, you feel, you rest, you receive, and that teaches your inner world a new identity. And now, you need to hear something very important. Now, if you got distracted, come back here with me. Breathe, pay attention to this, because what I'm about to tell you now is the most important part of all. You notice something now. The smile was a borrowed role, a role that was far too heavy, a role you carried out of fear, and that today begins to fall away. The truth finally comes into view. You were not born to be a shield, nor a mediator, nor an adult before your time. You were born to be seen, and to be cared for too. And when that realization hits, something changes inside. Your body lets go a little. Your soul breathes differently. Your mind stops running. The tension loses strength, and your heart recognizes a safe place. God did not want your strength. He wanted your presence. He wanted your truth. He wanted your vulnerability. He wanted what you have been hiding since you were little. And that is what you are giving him now. You look back without hatred, without guilt, without shame, only with understanding. You see the responsible child you were, and you understand that she did what she could. But today, you are no longer her. Today, you can rest, you can feel, you can ask for help, you can say no, you can exist whole. You start to notice something simple. You do not need to save anyone. You do not need to carry anyone. You do not need to always be smiling. You do not need to be strong all the time. You only need to be you. And in that truth, peace is born. A new peace, silent, deep. You were 7 years old, without masks, and you tried to hold a world that was not yours. Today, as an adult, you finally set that world down, and you let God carry you, the way it should always have been. Because now you understand, it was never rejection. It was revelation. It was never weakness. It was protection. And now, it is freedom. And from here on, your story changes direction. If this message made sense to you, subscribe to our channel. Every story reveals why you suffer and what God is teaching you through it. Psychology to understand yourself, spirituality to understand the why behind it. For you who made it to the end, write in the comments, "I allow myself to be cared for." May God release deep rest over every person who declares this.